Alright guys, welcome back to another reaction. Today we're watching Babylon 5 and yeah, going to episode 4 of season 1. Last episode was Born to the Purple, a really great episode. Really did enjoy that. I think that's probably the best episode so far. I don't know actually, what would I say the best episode so far is? I mean, there's only been 3 episodes, or 4 after this one, but I'd probably say so far the best episode was the Gathering, the pilot episode, and then last episode, Born to the Purple. I thought Born to the Purple was really, really good. It was a very like Londo-centric episode, which I loved. I absolutely love Londo. I just love seeing Londo on screen. He's so funny. His character is so captivating as well. And all those scenes with Jakar and Londo last episode, although very limited, we didn't see a lot of those scenes, but the scenes when they was in like the room, like trying to mediate and trying to negotiate like terms, like that was just so funny, man. Because we had Londo and his like sidekick in a way, and like the guy below him, I don't know what you call him, like an ambassador to the ambassador, I guess. We had that guy who's an absolute idiot as well. Like he's really, really funny. He just really like complements like Londo's character. Like it goes really, really well together. Like Londo and that guy, like they're just so funny together. So yeah, them scenes were really great. I love when they sat down and yeah, Jakar was also there. Jakar's like facial expressions, man, like oh my god, it's so funny. And yeah, he also had that ambassador, the woman below him, which was so funny to see. Like, and they both said to each other, and they both said to the person below them, like, don't give away information that could destroy the home world. Both Jakar and Londo ended up like promoting their like second in hand to become like the ambassador because they just couldn't be arsed. Like Londo couldn't be arsed because he fell in love and was dealing with all that stuff, and Jakar just had enough. Like Jakar said, I'm not negotiating unless Londo's here, so until he's here I'm leaving and I appoint her in charge. And yeah, he said, please don't give away stuff that will destroy the home world. I just love Londo and Jakar, man. It's so great seeing them two together. And yeah, I can't wait to see all the future interactions, especially 20 years from now, when they're supposedly strangling each other. So yeah, I guess we'll see about that. We'll see what's gonna happen there, and if that will come true, his vision, which will be really interesting, won't it, to see what will happen in 20 years. Though I wonder if that will actually be the time frame. Like over the 5 seasons, I believe it's 5 seasons. Over the 5 seasons or 4 seasons, like we go 20 years in the future or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll have like a time jump like later on in the show. Who knows, man? But yeah, in the end, last episode, the slave was free, and that guy, man, the slave owner was so creepy. Like, oh my god, I hated him so much. Like the way he was acting was just so creepy and horrible. Like the way he's treating the slave as well. Like, oh my god. He really deserved to die. Did he die in the end? I hated as well how like he tried to manipulate Londo as well by saying like she's like got all this information when it was his plan all along to get the purple files. The files which is Londo's like kind of insurance, I guess. Like he has like files on the Centauri families. It's kind of like dirt on all the families, on the really rich families. So like that is why he's so powerful still. Like they've said like it's an empire in decline. Like, Londo's like a failing commander. But the reason why he's so powerful is because he has dirt on everybody. He has files on every single like important family, so he could literally just leak that. All that information could be public, so I presume that's why he's still in that position and like really powerful and like the ambassador to Babylon 5 for the Centauris. But yeah, going forward, I do look forward to seeing more about the Centauris and the Narns. Them two groups, man, you just gotta love them, don't you? Like Jakar and Londo, I swear to God, they have to be the favourites, right? Them two together are just brilliant. So yeah, I cannot wait to see more about that. But last episode, we also had the storyline going on with Ivanova and Jeffrey Sinclair, and no, it wasn't Jeff, was it? It was Garibaldi, sorry, Garibaldi and Ivanova. And the storyline about her dad, like, dying and, like, the unauthorized communication, which was actually Ivanova. And Ivanova was, like, trying to keep it secret. And in the end, what's it called? Garibaldi said to Ivanova, do you want to go for a drink? And she said, no, I'm on duty. So it's kind of sad, but I hope that the person she does open up to will be Garibaldi. But that was kind of the minor storyline. The main storyline was Londo, and yeah, it was great. Even that minor storyline was really, really good. I love seeing more about Ivanova's character, and yeah, it's tragic her dad dying. But yeah, going forward, this episode is titled Infection. So from the title of the episode, I presume that an infection is going to spread on Babylon 5. So, will it affect like a certain alien species, or will it affect everybody? Will there be loads and loads of casualties? Like, what will happen? That should be really good to see. How Jeff will deal with it as well, like how the ambassadors will deal with it, and how the people will deal with it. If there be riots, well, what's going to happen? It could be a really, really interesting episode, and I can't wait. I'm looking forward to learning more about the Minbaris and Dylan. I hope we see in this episode, and more to do with the Great War. Like, we've got a lot of mention of that, but I really want to learn like what actually happened, like why they stopped. But I feel like that's like one of the long storylines, so I'm not getting my hopes up just yet that we will find out more about it. I think we'll probably find it out towards the end of this season or even next season. But yeah, I've just got word from Jakar. He says we need to contain the infection, so we need to get into this episode right now. So yeah, this is me, Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 4, titled Infection, and yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Alright, so this episode is titled Infection. Let's hope he does have COVID there.
Longer than a little while.
Never know, these aliens might have COVID, so everyone please wear a mask and be careful. I wonder if we're CTF this episode. Imagine we don't see him at all.
An aphrodisiac or a floor wax.
He's the main lead, though, isn't he?
Mr. Garibaldi, you know, if this interview had
What's
been
going
weeks
on?
ago by Earth Force Public Relations, I'd swear that Commander Sinclair did not want to be interviewed by Interstellar Network News.
Interstellar Network News.
This is supposed to be an event.
Pretty cool name.
This is the 2nd anniversary of Babylon 5 going online. Lloyds of London put the odds of this station surviving even 1 year at 500 to 1 against.
Well, they were wrong, weren't they?
The one with
That
the
was
blue
so
marker
weird.
is for methane breathers only. I'd steer clear if I were you.
Oh my god.
What the hell?
Public bathrooms for the aliens. I'm worried he has
Methane is a
COVID.
waxy yellow.
I'd be careful. It looks like he has COVID-19. I can't believe now, COVID-19.
Hand me that
3
separator
years, well
over
not 3
there.
years,
I've
2
just about
years,
got
but
the RNA
19
strand where I
yeah.
want it.
Can't believe it's been that long.
Get it yourself. I was in the sector. I thought I'd stop by and visit my favorite student.
I thought this guy was someone else then.
I've come to offer you an adventure, Steve. Very possibly the biggest adventure you've ever had.
What kind of
Oh
adventure?
god, what is it?
You'll find out soon enough.
Tired?
Okay, we've seen a lot of him, so what's
day.
happening? And we saw the doctor,
your
didn't we?
ship's the last
So
one in.
infection, something's
So
going
anything
down.
to declare?
Maybe this guy's putting
plants,
something in that would affect the
non-sentient
entire
pets,
Babylon 5. who
Organic
knows?
matter.
Nothing organic, just some pottery and stonework.
If I didn't know any better, I might think you were trying to smuggle something in.
Not a chance. No, it's just packing material to protect this stuff.
Yeah, sure it is, mate. That's
show you.
bullshit. Yeah, okay. Well, at least it's not dead, right? Well, I mean, that's a taser. It's not dead from that. So, yeah, at least it's not dead, but what is this guy's plan?
The dawn of the third age of
Okay, we're getting straight into this.
10 years
I'm
after
excited for
the
this episode. This episode could be the
Earth-Minbari
best
War.
so far. Let's get into this Babylon 5. I'm still wondering where Babylon 4 is. It's gonna come back. I mean, we know it's gonna come back. It has to. So, how's it gonna come back? Why is it gonna come back? Something's gonna happen. I already know. Like, they mentioned that for a reason. Londo? I love when they put them two together. I think I said last episode as well. We put the two best characters together.
Nothing in his personnel jacket to suggest
Oh.
a heart condition.
This guy actually died.
Yes. And
guy that was
exactly
tasered.
which medical school did you attend, Mr. Garibaldi?
I thought he was
personal
tasered,
doc.
but I guess he's being
Just wanna be
killed
sure.
by that guy. Smuggling something in.
So do I.
All in good time. Firstly, I'd like to introduce you to my assistant. Nelson, meet Dr. Stephen Franklin, one of the best students I ever had. In the area of
Well,
alien
this guy's
history and
dead, so what's going on?
Pleasure.
And that's the guy who killed him,
On our
so...
way in from our dig on Ikara 7.
What?
Dig.
Is this before? It has to be before then. I'm so confused right now, because this guy has just killed that guy. So unless they're using...
I just had an energy
like,
spike on my screen.
the clone pens, like where they can...
And for a second,
Yeah, it's the
there
infection,
been a
isn't it?
malfunction in the screen.
No, something's got out.
So when we found these artifacts sealed in a vault, buried nearly a mile beneath the surface of Ikara 7. Took us months to get them out.
But Ikara 7 is a dead world.
Yes, but don't you see, that proves what I've been saying for years, that Ikara was once home to a highly advanced spacefaring society.
So
old
ancient
are they?
civilization.
Minimum 1,000 years.
Yeah,
No
okay,
chips,
very ancient then.
no sign of wear or age.
Veins, capillaries, traces of DNA. Vance, this artifact is composed of living
Biomechanical.
tissue. This is organic technology.
The one trick that Earth hasn't yet been able to crack.
Oh.
The ability to create living ships that thrive in the vacuum of space.
Why didn't you come and see me about this when you first arrived?
I did. We've only been here a few hours.
But organic material has to be quarantined for 48 hours before it's allowed in the station.
Oh.
We put it all through quarantine at the other end.
No,
The
you
transfer
didn't.
station is approximately-
That's bullshit.
It's all approved and authorized. Nelson has all the paperwork if you're really interested.
Of course he does. I'm sure Nelson does. Look at him.
This is a blueprint for living machines.
I mean, yeah, it is,
The
but mate,
Vorlons have one.
you
Some
didn't
people even
quarantine.
say the
Oh
Minbari
no.
have them.
Yeah, if you can actually harness that and like figure out how like to use it and to create organic.
Finish
like,
unpacking, Nelson.
yeah, that's really
We have a
interesting.
lot of work ahead of us.
I'm not liking though. that organic material should have been quarantined for 48 hours, and he's brought it right there without any quarantine, without anything. So, yeah, an infection's going to be unleashed. But how are these two still here? Because this guy killed the other guy, so what's going on? I'm so confused, man. We saw this guy literally taser the other guy. And that guy was dead on the table with an infection. Infection. So... yeah, well, that's the infection, isn't it? Goodbye, Nelson. Nelson's dead. What's the point? It's messing with my brain. How's he killed this guy when these are the same two people we saw at the start of the episode? That guy was like, oh my god, his hand. The guy behind him was stopping him from coming in, saying you're trying to smuggle something, and he killed him. Maybe I'm just missing something. I don't know.
There you are, Chief. Any word on the autopsy?
I don't know if I'm being stupid here, but I swear to God, that was the guy that was dead.
Tomorrow. Other than that, we've scheduled a full security detail to cover the non-Centauri negotiations next Tuesday. That's it. I think we can call it a day.
Maybe not. Maybe
How
that
about
guy
you,
is
Lieutenant Commander? Should the night shift be on duty by now?
We've been picking up some unusual energy reading.
The last time I gave an interview, they told me to just relax and say what I really felt. 10 minutes after the broadcast, I got transferred to an outpost so far off the star maps you couldn't find it with a hunting dog and a Ouija board.
Don't sweat it. Just be that charming, effervescent commander we've all come to know and love. What's the worst that can happen? They fire you, ship you off to the rim, and I get promoted to commander. I don't see.
Oh wow, yeah.
How
not such a bad thing.
Serpent's tooth.
God, all this technology, you think there'd be
oh
a
man,
clock?
it's so. This has thrown me off completely because this guy's
Steven,
dead.
It's been 15 hours.
I mean, we didn't see his face there, did we? We just saw a guy on the table, but I presumed it was him.
Steven?
Well, we know that guy's affected. What was his name? I literally just said his name. I've already forgot. The other guy. Well, there's three of them. Here's two, and the other guy's affected with his hand. We saw literally
that we can figure out how this organic
how it
technology
is.
works.
What
happens then? Granted, this may be important, but you wouldn't have created it. You just found it. It's a shortcut.
Frankly, I'm a little uncomfortable about corporations financing expeditions to alien worlds so they can steal whatever technology they have. I just wish that you would stop taking shortcuts.
Look, we're both tired. I suggest we get a good night's sleep and start again tomorrow fresh. If you have any questions then, I'll be glad to answer them. Fair enough.
Sounds like a plan, but I don't trust that organic material that's been left there.
Later, when he was put in charge of Babylon 5, Commander Sinclair asked
if
I
just
come over
starts
security.
shooting
I said
where
yes.
it was.
It's been a great time.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I'm
what if
sure
he
it
just
has.
does that again?
In doing some
Or if
research,
he infects the
I've come
doctor
across
or that
several
guy,
rumors
like-
surrounding your record prior to
Or
Babylon.
gets out and infects all of Babylon
That you were
5.
fired 5 times for unspecified personal problems, and that this is your last chance to make good.
5 times, okay. Garibaldi. Yeah. Garibaldi sounds like a rebel. See, what's going on here? Oh, what the hell is that? Looks like a heart. It is a heart, isn't it? Is this, yeah, it is. It's the same guy. Look at him. He's completely infected, man. Oh, no. Well, that can't be good, can it?
Lights.
So, that guy is completely infected now. That guy's dead. That guy is dead. That guy is now
Nelson?
the alien artifact. Oh, see, you can't trust alien artifacts. They've been there for thousands of years. Like, it's like the proto-molecule all over again, man. Oh.
Nelson, what happened?
Protect.
Nelson, that was his name. Oh my god! I think the reason why that guy went like full-on alien is because he put that thing near him. So
I'm the doctor, I know what I'm doing.
Don't have to be too worried.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
This Nelson, who was he working
Nelson lied, and another guy lied.
The same one who brought in the artifacts?
Oh my god, look at that! Look at that! It's like a zombie!
Heard a satisfactory
oh god.
answer, Dr. Hendricks, and frankly, I'm getting tired of asking for
It's
one.
just gonna walk around
Dr.
Babylon
Franklin was
5,
attacked
shooting
by your
people.
assistant, covered in some kind of armor that bears a striking similarity to the artifacts you brought onto this station.
Artifacts that were not cleared for access. Organic material requires a 48-hour quarantine. There's no record of their being quarantined or examined here or at Proxima 3.
I'm as much in the dark as you are. Nelson told me that he checked.
Of course you are, mate.
I believed him.
Oh, wow.
Whether he was acting under your orders or not, a potentially dangerous alien technology
This
was
guy's
smuggled
blaming
aboard
on
the
Nelson.
station.
He's
Now,
the one
until
who...
I hear otherwise, I
God's
intend to
sake.
hold you personally responsible. Is that clear?
Yes, it is. Is there any news of Stephen's condition?
They're checking him out over at MedLab 4. He took a pretty bad hit.
I mean, why would the artifact choose to
He's an
assimilate
alien
Nelson,
zombie now.
but not you?
Nelson, the alien zombie.
As to what it wants, that depends on its programming. Could be anything.
According to Dr. Franklin, just before it fired, it said something about protect. Do you think that might be the key to whatever it was programmed to do?
Protect its
But the question
artifacts.
is, protect who?
Or what?
And from what?
Well, that information may be contained in the remaining artifacts. If I could assist Dr. Franklin in decoding them. I mean, if I am responsible for starting all this, the least I can do is help finish it.
He's laughing like, ah, someone's up with this guy. Oh my god, no! Run! Run for your life!
Lieutenant
Protect
Commander,
what?
I picked up that energy flash again. Grey 13, level B.
I don't understand protect. Protect from what? I thought it would mean like protect the alien artifacts, like the organic material
We've got 2 fatalities in Grey 13.
from the humans and
Definitely
from
the same
Babylon
thing that
5.
attacked the dock.
But
We're in
he
pursuit now
just
on Grey
shooting anybody,
7.
so why?
All right, I'm moving this to a level 2 alert. Keep
don't
this
know.
channel open.
Commander.
Yeah, this is terrible. He's
I
going
understand
around
there's
just
a
killing
problem,
everybody.
Some kind of attack.
Ms. Kramer, you are in a secure area. You will leave, and you will leave now.
This is news. And the people have a right to know.
And you have a right to spend the next 2 days in the brig. Lieutenant Commander, I want this weapon triangulated.
Confirmed.
Yeah, lock her up.
Relay the data to security. I want this thing pinned down to within 10 feet.
Coming up now.
Commander.
The thing is, though, is he bulletproof? It could be bulletproof. Who knows? But why did he grab, like... Why did Nelson grab that thing and put it on himself?
Corner in Grey 5.
Or was that the alien? Was that the infection?
He's blacked out the place.
Who, like, took control of him and did that?
Now.
Take him down!
Oh! Yeah, he's broken.
Damn!
Well,
that's not good, is it?
You burned through into a sub-level, moving between bulkheads. Could be anywhere.
Garibaldi, have your team sweep through each sector, moving inward. 2 in each team, 5-minute proximity checks.
Confirmed. Security out.
Yeah, this is not good. They need to find
Ben, come here, I think I
Nelson
found
right now. I feel like
Ben.
Nelson's going back here.
The organic patterns in this piece
Then again,
emulate
he's
the
left
synaptic
it,
relays
so-
in the brain. I'm even
Dunno.
picking up cross-genetic
alien
equivalents of
artifacts are still
serotonin
there,
used
so
in the
why-
transfer of information.
A data storage device? If we could pull out that information, we might get a better idea of who the Icarans were, and more importantly, why they made these things.
Exactly. Fire up the
Yeah.
biosensor. Let's see if we can tap into it.
Oh. What's that? That's the thing we saw earlier. What is going on?
I've got teams moving through every section trying to flush him out, but he's gone to ground. Could be holed up anywhere.
If he wants to do the most damage, my guess is he'll head for the area with the greatest population. That makes the central corridor a prime target.
I've studied the record of his attacks, and there's a
I
definite
thought it was a
hit and
taser, but
Seems like every time he
I'm
strikes, it chews
so
up energy and he has
confused
to pull
about-
back and recharge.
protect.
Win, lose,
Protect
and draw.
I don't
This
know,
thing's gonna know it was in
man.
a fight.
I'm so...
Drop the pressure doors on
Oh,
all
I'm
sides.
so
Maybe that'll
confused.
slow it down. Give Garibaldi time to get set.
Why is he just going on a rampage, right? He's saying protect. Protect from what? And the doc just found that thing. I want to know what that thing
the organic
is.
memory banks of one of the artifacts.
Make it short, Doctor. I don't have a lot of time. Let me know when it's on the move again. Go.
Over the course of their history, the Icarans were invaded half a dozen times. Each assault more deadly than the first. They needed to create the perfect weapon, able to adapt to any situation. An organic weapon, capable of independent thought.
Temperature up 90 degrees in Brown 2, level C.
90 degrees. They're talking about Fahrenheit, aren't they? So I don't know how much that is in Celsius. If that was Celsius, everybody would be dead.
One of their
So.
researchers into the weapons. With one problem, Commander. How do you define a pure Icaran or a pure human? No one is pure. No one.
Temperature's up 500 degrees. It'll be through any time now.
Doctor,
500.
I'm joining Mr. Garibaldi on the line. So who set the parameters of what it meant to be a pure
Jesus, he looks
Icaran?
unstoppable. How did they stop him? He's bulletproof, and he looks like he has like a suit on.
Weapons with a level of
Oh my
standards
God, he's
based on
immortal.
biology, not science.
Like the Nazi ideal of the perfect Aryan during World War II.
Exactly.
the next invasion, 11 of the machines were released, and they stopped the invaders by killing anything that didn't match their profile of the pure, perfect Ikaran. When they were finished, the machines turned on their creators. They began a process of extermination based on the slightest deviation of what they were programmed to consider normal. They killed and kept killing until the last Ikaran was dead.
Here now, acting on a program to protect a world that's been dead for 1,000 years.
Okay,
you said they incorporated the brain patterns of one of the researchers into the weapons.
Tular, yes.
Is there anything there we can talk to, reason with?
Well, there's a complete personality matrix, yes, but it's totally subsumed by its program.
Then we'll just have to find a way around the logic of the program.
He's trying to protect his species, but his species has been wiped out. But he doesn't know that. It's a program. Okay, that makes sense now. So anybody he sees them as a threat. Which makes sense, he thinks that they're going to wipe out his species, but his species is already wiped out. Look at that man. He looks unstoppable.
I wanted point blank.
He did an RPG or something, or a bomb. He's dropped through the bloody floor. What?
Damn. It's in the next level. That's a straight line to where the civilians are quarantined.
How many men do you have stationed down there?
Not enough. Commander, we hit it with everything we had. We didn't even slow it down. The only weapons that might be big enough to kill it would rupture the hull and kill everybody anyway.
And that's what we'll have to do, blow out the hull. I'm gonna try and make it mad.
Oh, good luck, Jeff. That is...
You nuts?
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, this episode is crazy, man. This episode is so good. It's really picked up the pace of this episode.
Tular of Ikara 7.
Yeah, you.
Who knows my name?
Jeff Sinclair does.
Who knows my name?
Just told you, mate. Jeff Sinclair does. Guess this guy's not very good at listening.
Your name is dead, Tular. Ikara is dead.
Oh my god.
By your
Jeff
own
sounds like a right villain right now.
You and others like you.
That is a lie!
Uh-oh. Well, that was stupid. What are you thinking, Jeff? Why confront it one-on-one? You're not going to win. Well, that was a stupid move to me. How are you stopping that thing, man? It's massive. Look at it. You need a bomb or something. Or a missile. Or some massive weapon to stop it. I mean, Jeff's not going to die, surely.
Protect! Protect who? From what? Impure!
Yes, impure. You must protect against all who are not pure Ikaran.
Yes! They fed you propaganda. They programmed you with standards of genetic purity no one could match. Not even your own people!
Jeff's killing it this episode, by the way. His acting's really great.
That thing, I'm dead either way. Dog the hatch. Seal it now.
No, you're not. There's no way you're dying.
Stand by. Ikara lives. Ikara must be protected.
Will Jeff talk it out?
They killed anything that was different.
Including their own race.
But we're all aliens to one another. Flawed, impure. Too tall.
Yeah,
too
this
soft,
guy.
Too dark. Too light. Imperfect. They were killed. Ikara, after the others, finished protecting it. Cleansing it of every slightest variation in genetics. You can access his memories.
That could stop this guy.
Go on. Look into his mind. He can't hide the truth. He can't lie to you. Look deep. Look at it. This. Yes. No! Damn you, look at it. You forgot the first rule of the fanatic. When you become obsessed with the enemy, you become the enemy.
Wow, my god, this episode is great. The thing is, it's going to make this guy more angry, or he's going to give up. Okay, he's giving up. Good. Kind of feel bad for him. This program... Jesus Christ. That could have destroyed the entire station. Imagine, like, he took it out and, like, loads of energy surrounded. I also think, is Nelson to come back from this? I guess so. So we didn't actually kill Nelson. It just, like, occupied his body, and now it's gone. Okay, wow. That was great, man. That was really good.
Nelson?
I feel so bad for that species that got wiped out.
Facts.
Their own people
for
wiped out
cardiostimulation.
their own people.
If used on a
The
healthy
program.
person, it could cause cardiac infarction and death. The body of the customs guard had 2 tiny marks on the back. So small, we missed them at first, but they do match the prongs. There.
He confirms things I'd hoped I was wrong about.
You knew he did not put those artifacts. He was acting on your orders the whole time.
Yeah, it was actually his idea to start with.
For God's sake, Vance, why?
Oh, I could just have turned over the artifacts, taken the standard commission. But if they were what I suspected, then I could take a chance, hold back on delivery, and
Pay millions.
Oh, more. More money than you can conceive.
But before you could take that chance, you had to be sure, and that's why you brought them here. You deliberately endangered 250,000 humans and aliens just to raise your profit margin.
Well, I was sure I could control it. I never expected anybody to get
this
hurt.
guy...
What about the murdered customs guard?
Well, we had to get them through customs.
That's why the weapon bonded to him and not to one of us. The program needed someone willing to kill.
Look, Stephen, we can work all this out. We can sell the rest of the artifacts to interplanetary expeditions. They have enough muscle to clean up this whole mess. All you have to do is...
It's conflicting because he's got a point, but he's going to do the right thing, surely. I think the doctor is... Yeah, okay. He's going to do the right thing, and that was all for nothing. So, yeah, this guy's an absolute idiot.
Stephen.
To prison, mate. Goodbye. Yeah. That guy's an absolute prick. I think so. You can kind of understand his motives, so... I mean, I don't hate him, but...
The whole station's talking about how you were willing to risk your life to stop that thing.
I didn't risk...
Let me finish. This is the 3rd time in the last year you've put yourself on the line like this.
I didn't know anyone was counting.
Jeff, you're my friend. I know a lot of guys who came out of the war changed. Some came out better, some came out worse. A lot of them have this problem. The war gave them definition, direction, purpose. Without it, they don't know how to fit in anymore, so they keep looking for ways to go out in a blaze of glory. Some people call that being a hero, maybe so. I don't know. I've never been one. I think they're looking for something worth dying for because it's easier than finding something worth living for.
It would make sense for Jeff, but wow, that took a much darker turn than I was expecting.
Michael. I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, Michael just cares. Garibaldi's just looking out for you. But yeah, them few lines from Garibaldi, that was really, really good. That would make sense, Jeff's character, why he's always the hero. Like, he always puts himself first in these situations and tries to be the hero, I guess.
Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Yes.
Dr. Franklin, I have orders to confiscate the artifacts and transfer them to Earth Central.
On whose authority?
Earth Force Defense, Bioweapons Division. Something about studying them for planetary security reasons.
And that's what the guy said would happen as well.
So,
the blonde-haired guy.
After all you've just gone...
And there's a simple reason why. Ask 10 different scientists about the environment, population control, genetics, and you'll get 10 different answers. But there's one thing every scientist on the planet agrees on. Whether it happens in 100 years, or 1,000 years, or 1,000,000 years, eventually our sun will grow cold. And Lao Tzu, and Einstein, and Morobuto, and Buddy Holly, and Aristophanes.
It will take everything, yeah.
All of this. Unless we
got
go
a point.
to the stars.
He's not wrong, is he? And end of the episode. I wonder if we'll see that more then in the future. Like, branching out more. That could be like a longer storyline, perhaps. But yeah, an interesting episode. I enjoyed that. I thought this episode had some of the best scenes so far, but it also had some of the slowest scenes so far. I'll go into that in the outro, but yeah, overall, really great episode. Really enjoyed that. Alright, so yeah, that's my reaction to Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 4, titled The Infection. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a decent episode. Definitely not the best of episodes, but definitely not the worst either. And yeah, overall I thought it was a great episode. I loved the plot of it, and like the whole plot of like the alien species and the alien artifacts coming alive and attaching to Nelson, and him being like the embodiment of the alien species program that was designed to protect the alien species. And yeah, we found out that what's called the alien species was actually wiped out by their own programming. They programmed these alien artifacts to protect themselves, like their species, from other species, like other people trying to do them harm. But in the end, that program ended up wiping out all the enemies, but also their own species. So their own program wiped out their own species, and it just kept killing and killing and killing until everybody was dead. So yeah, that's a really good plot. I really enjoyed that. Like finding out about this alien species. I thought that was really great. Overall, though, I really enjoyed the characters this episode, especially the Doctor, that new character, that blonde guy. I don't think we'll see him again, but that one episode character of the archaeologist, the guy who actually smuggled the alien artifacts onto Babylon 5. And yeah, Nelson. I was so confused at the start because I thought the archaeologist was the guy that was checking the bags. I thought he was like the bag inspector, or like the luggage inspector, whatever you want to call it, the guy that was searching for the bags. And I was so confused because I thought that Nelson killed the archaeologist, but then like a few minutes later they're working together, so I was just so confused. I'm not sure if the characters even look alike. Like for some reason I thought they looked exactly alike. I don't know, I'm actually going to double check that right now and go back to the start because I was so convinced that that was the same guy. Okay, I just looked back, it does look similar. I can see why I got mixed up with that, because I just thought that was the same person. I was getting so confused at half the episode, like wondering, like, when did he kill him? Like, how's he killed him if they're both together, like, right now? We see in the past, then we're going to see the future, but the alien artifacts are there. Like, I was just getting so confused, but yeah, looking back, clearly it's not the same person, although they have the same hairstyle and kind of look the same. So that's what my brain was just like, what the fuck's going on? Whether it's 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, or 1,000,000,000 years, the sun is going to explode, or the sun's going to go cold. I think they should have said like the sun's going to explode because the sun's not going to go cold. Like, scientifically, the sun is not going to go cold. It's going to get hotter and hotter and end up exploding. And yeah, our entire solar system is going to end up like destroyed. Yeah, anyway, without nitpicking about the scientific accuracy, that was a really great line. He's saying that they need to go to the stars if they do want to live. So if they want to survive and they want to keep the human race alive, and all races for that matter, they need to go outwards. The sun is going to supposedly go cold. Yeah, if it does go cold, then everything is for nothing. He said like the Einsteins. I can't remember exactly who he said, but I know he said like Einstein and like all them types of people. Like it was all for nothing. Like all of our advancements is for nothing if the sun does go cold. And yeah, it's the truth really, isn't it? So yeah, I guess it is a very pessimistic take on it. Like in the end, nothing we do matters. We need to go outwards, or everything we've ever done is for nothing. But then again, you can say it's optimistic. Like despite that, we can survive. We can go to the stars, and yeah, everything was not for nothing. So I guess we'll see where that will go, and if that will become like a major plot point, like them exploring space and going outwards to the stars and colonizing, a bit like The Expanse. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a great episode, especially that line with Garibaldi. Garibaldi was talking about the war and like the people like he was fighting. It gave them a purpose, a sense of direction. And once the war ended, they kind of come back and it was different, whether for better or for worse. And he said, like it's easier sometimes to die for nothing rather than to find something worth living for. I think that's what he said. I'm not exactly sure what Garibaldi said. But yeah, that line was really, really great. And I love that interaction between those two. I thought that was really, really good. But yeah, overall, man, I thought that was a decent episode. Not as good as The Gathering or Midnight on the Firing Line, but it was a really solid episode. And yeah, I can't wait to see more. But yeah, that's been Babylon 5, Season 1, Episode 4, Titled Infection. I do really hope you enjoyed. And yeah, until the next one, goodbye, guys.